I think my videos here lately are going to be kind of sporadic, because I filled up my SD cards and then the rates got hot, and we've been trying to run pretty hard to take advantage of the rates. But right now we are in Oklahoma. This is a refinery, and apparently, a lot of things are derived from petroleum. One of the byproducts is carbon, and we're taking a load of carbon pellets to Cleveland, Ohio, and then we're going home. Been here about 2 hours, so not too bad, but it seems like the markets kind of went back to, I wouldn't say being soft, but it's closer to pre-winter storms than it is to post-winter storms. And the rates really skyrocketed for a while. And I got this load delivered to Oklahoma, and then struggled to find a good rate really anywhere. Pennsylvania, East Coast was paying good. Virginia, New Jersey, Maryland, New York, they're paying pretty good still. But I try to stay out of those areas. The rates back to the Midwest, so Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, they were back under $3 a mile. Wisconsin, Iowa, all under 3. You can still get loads. Sorry, I'm tired. You still get loads down into Texas for 3. Back in the southeast, they were pushing 3. But yeah, market seemed to drop back down again. Hopefully it slowly climbs up come spring. I think people get their stimulus checks and their income tax refunds. There's usually a little boom. Hopefully that happens. But right now we need to go home. I'll show you why. So we had that issue in Pennsylvania where I threw the belt, the serpentine belt, and then the tensioner went bad, or was bad, so I had to pay for that. Picked up our load, and we're heading towards Oklahoma, and we hit Arkansas. And I'm gonna show you this and then turn it back off, because I've been sitting here for an hour and a half, and my air pressure's low. The check engine light came on. Now, I called the place that I usually take my truck for service, and they didn't seem to be too knowledgeable about what was going on. I gave them the fault code. It's a FMI 2790 15 or 2790 FMI 15, something like that. I gave him the fault code. Didn't mean nothing to him. He asked me if my DPF light was on. I said no, my DEF light. I said no, it's my check engine light's on. He says, was it green or yellow? I don't have a green check engine light. I have yellow ones. There's a yellow engine light. There's a yellow check engine light. Then there's the red stop engine light. says, you need to have your DPF filters replaced. They're $850 a piece plus $500 core charge plus labor. Yeah, that's pretty steep. That's $1,700 just in parts. And I don't know if the filter come with the associated hardware that needs to be replaced as well. It's going to be probably from Freightliner, which is where they buy their parts, probably another $400 or $500 for that. So you're looking at close to $3,000 to repair, and then you get $500 back, around $500, about a $2,500 repair. And that's just some parts. I'll throw in the labor. Whew. But he also said he didn't think I could make it home before the engine would derate. So when that starts blinking yellow, you're going to derate and you're going to be stuck. So I'm like, man, that don't sound right, because when I researched the code, it said that the DPF filters had reached their maximum life based on mileage. And everything that I read about that code doesn't indicate that the DPF filters are clogged or close to being clogged. It's saying that based on mileage, those filters need to be serviced. So, I'm going to try to make it home from Oklahoma. It's 1,000 miles. Well, hopefully I can make it home, deliver this load. And then I'm going to try to clean the filters myself. I haven't decided yet if I want to purchase new filters and keep these filters and then clean them so that they're available to me the next time, or if I'm just going to take these filters out and clean them and put them back in. Now, everything I read online says that clean filters won't last as long as replacement filters, and that you could have serious problems if you reset the you have to reset the ash accumulation on the onboard. If you reset that, the truck's going to think you have new filters, and those filters could clog and fail before it reminds you that they need to be serviced again. So all of this is telling me that the truck isn't throwing a code because it's seeing high pressure from DPF filters that are nearly clogged. It's telling me that based on the mileage, that my filters are nearing that stage where they're about to fail. That's what I gather from everything, all the inputs that I have. I could be wrong. There's only one way to find out. So I'm gonna look online for some filters. He was right, they're expensive. I haven't really found anything yet, and I haven't checked with Freightliner. Freightliner's service website sucks. The parts portion of it, it's hard to find anything. But I'm gonna do the labor myself, and I'm either gonna buy a tool, scan tool that I can use to reset those filters, or I'll change them myself, drive the truck to to a service provider and have them reset it for me. But I'll keep you posted on what happens. Miles per gallon. Yesterday, fully loaded, over 40,000 pounds, and through parts of Arkansas and Oklahoma. There's some hills there on I-40. Let's get 6.2. Now I had gotten that up to 6.7 at one point, using the Lucas fuel treatment to clean the fuel injectors and such. I got it up to 6.7. Now it's down to 6.2. I used a deep clean, and I pulled empty yesterday, not very far, about 120 miles empty, and I was getting over 7, but that's empty. The point of that being, it seems like the fuel mileage is low, but not extremely low. Like something bad wrong is gonna happen, or that my filters are clogged. I think they are getting there, because every once in a while you hear like a little out of the engine, like there's getting some back pressure in there. But I don't think it's enough that it's gonna derate me. But like I said, I don't know. But I do know I gotta get home to change them, and just hope that I make it home before a derate occurs. But that's where we're at. So when we get loaded, we'll get down the road. I'm trying to idle a lot less. So in the truck stops and things, we haven't been idling. The weather here's been nice, and we can do that. We get closer to Ohio, then we might get kind of chilly. We may have to idle a little bit, but I don't know. I'll keep you posted on it. And when I do, if I make it home and I can, I get the parts and make the repair. I'll put that on video, so y'all will know. There's very little information out there on YouTube about this process. But I try to keep you as informed as I can. So, I'll get back at you. Alright, y'all. Let's go back here and see what we got. By the looks of the guy loading, it's gonna make my trailer big. Back here is where we got the load. That guy probably needs me to pull up some so he can get in that door. Misses, and then get the seal on there. It's hard to do with holding this camera. When I worked in the warehouse manufacturing, they got trailers coming all the time. So the people had I'm gonna have to adjust my camera. Heavy on my drives right now, but I gotta get out of this guy's way. He needs to get in that dock. People always have trouble with those trailer latches at the top. They're hard to get to because they're so high up there. We're gonna get pulled up here. Then we'll adjust our chains a little bit. And then we'll go scale. See how well I guess it where we need to be. Hey, what's up, y'all? So we are still in Oklahoma. Left the shipper at about 2:30 and had to we're taking US 60 east through Oklahoma. And we started running low. Well, I was at a quarter tank on fuel. And punched in nearest truck stop on the Garmin, or Mark, as I like to refer to her. Which, if you're buying an LD and navigation combo, I don't recommend the Garmin. Go with the Rand McNally. I don't know anything about the Rand McNally. I only know that Garmin, this thing's junk. But, she said the nearest truck stop where we could get fuel was 160 miles away. So we had to Google it, Google Maps, and we had to go a little farther south, out of our way. It was only 4 or 5 miles, and we found this Love's, which this one, this place is brand new. It's a brand new one. It's a pretty nice one. They got 4 islands, probably 60 parking spaces. So, not bad. Now, the plan was we were going to pull in here. I was going to get enough fuel to get us to the interstate and stop at a Pilot, then refuel there. So get more points at Pilot. And, you know, we've got like 6 free showers we haven't used yet. But then I was fueling up, and I look over and look across the way over there. Oh, I guess I got a point there, don't I? Shotgun being bashful. If you look across the way, let me zoom in some so you can see that brown building behind the red Freightliner there. That is called Jeff's Diesel and Trailer Repair. So, it's back. I walked over there, talked to Jeff, of all people. Told him what was going on with my truck.
Nice fella.
And yeah, he's a real nice guy. And I'll put all his information in the comments in case any of y'all are in this part of Oklahoma and you need service. He's a good dude. But I told him what was going on. He had a bottle of, I think he called it BG, fuel system cleaner. He said that it would help clean some of the soot out of the filters. He said probably enough to get you home. And he says you don't have any idea, you know, what your soot level's at. And I said no. And he's asking me, you know, when was your last regen? When was your last parts regen? And, you know, he's asking me questions, and I'm telling him, you know, best I can. And he said, well, I can hook up to it and tell you how much your filters are clogged and if you'll be able to make it home or not. And I said, well first I asked him if he'd service DPF filters. And he said he did, and he said, but if they need to replace, he's like, that's expensive. He said, that's about $3,000. Man, I said, I knew it was a lot. So I told him I was trying to make it home so I can do it myself. And that's when we got on. He says, I can hook up to it and tell you how much they're clogged, what percentage, and if you can make it home. I'm like, well, that'd be great. How much would you charge me to do that? And he's like, nah, I wouldn't charge you. Sweet. I said, well, this is about 5:15. I said, what time do you close? He said 5 o'clock. So I asked him if he's open tomorrow, if I could take it over there tomorrow morning. He said, sure. Because I didn't want to hold him up, especially if he's going to, do me a favor like that. So he said, yeah, bring it over here in the morning. We'll hook it up. See what we're working with. All right, that's great. I said, we'll just go over here, get something to eat. We'll spend the night at Love's, get a shower, relax a little bit. So we're going to take that over there in the morning, and I'll let you know what happens with that. But the fuel treatment he was going to sell me was $100, and yeah, for a quart of it. He said it treats 100 gallons, which I just put. I was down almost into the red, which is 1/8 of a tank, and I put in 40 gallons, so probably means I got 60 gallons in there. I don't know, I just poured it in, I don't care. He said, you still want to buy that? I said, I tell you what, let's hook it up, see what we need, because if we got to replace them, if I can't make it home, we're going to have to replace them. So I'm going to need that $100 to help pay for that repair. So, but that's where we're at. Hopefully they're not more than 80. I don't think they are. I think the light came on because it's calculating the mileage and the miles per gallon, gallons used, and idle time, I think, is what it's calculating. And I think when it reaches, it does the math, and when it reaches a certain point, it's telling you, go service your filters before you have a problem. So I wish there was more information, from Freightliner on that particular subject. How, okay, your DPF filters have reached the end of their life cycle. They should be close to capacity. They need to be serviced. How far can you drive? But there's nothing out there. But when I find out tomorrow, I'll be sure to let you know. And depending on what needs done, I'll be sure to let you know about that too. How much it costs, and if I can do it myself. We'll see. I don't know. See you in the morning.